Hey everyone, it's Doug, Anywhere Rider here, out with Penny for a nice ride at the beginning of 2023. I'm wishing all of you a happy 2023 as well. But first I want to recap a funny story of 2022 that happened in my purchase of this bike. So hang on and you'll hear that next. So I found the purchase that I wanted to make on Cycle Trader. It happened to be in Wisconsin, Milwaukee, and a very long trip for me from Nashville. The dealers here, I love them. Sloan's Motorcycle and also Music City, India, neither have had the color and or the bike that I was looking for. So off I go chasing a rabbit. And the rabbit existed in Milwaukee, so I had to make an agreement. They were good enough to FaceTime with me. We made an agreement, and so I had to run to the bank real quick, get 15-minute pack. I didn't need much because I wasn't planning on staying, and took off. My big plan consisted only of a few things. Get past Chicago, because the next morning I did not want to sit in Chicago traffic, so that was it. That was over. Get past it. It was about 2 o'clock in the morning, so I passed Chicago. My plan was going perfectly. The next plan of attack was sleep at a truck stop for a couple hours. That should be good enough to hold me over. All right, check that box too. In Wisconsin, found the right place, stopped, everything was great. The next plan was to quickly find the dealership to make sure I knew where it was. And so early in the morning, an hour before they open, I checked that box as well. No problems, everything is going just according to my impulsive plans. The next thing on the list was to take a shower, so I didn't have to present myself as the way I felt. So off to Planet Fitness I go. Didn't have to work out, I just wanted to get a quick shower, freshen up, and get back to the dealership as fast as I could. Well, I had plans of getting a U-Haul and then getting back, but anyway, I digress. So the next thing, I get to Planet Fitness, get in, take off my clothes, throw back the shower, and I realize something doesn't smell right. And I look down, and there's a big deuce in the bottom of my shower. Ugh. And I had the unfortunate task of telling the young attendant that he had a job ahead of him. Ugh. I was sorry to have to say it, and sorry that someone had done what they did, but anyway, I decided, hey, this is going to be a good day. I'm not going to let this spoil it. So I moved on to the next shower, took my shower, off I go. And outside the dealership, I thought, all right, where's the nearest U-Haul? So I call U-Haul 1-800 number and address the issue with them. Hey, 1-800 U-Haul, I need a U-Haul. And they said, you can make reservations. What dates do you need? I'm like, now? So they're like, okay. I guess they're not used to dealing with impulsive people. Don't they know that they're dealing with Anywhere Rider here? I gotta have my motorcycle. Well, apparently they didn't know that, so they said, well, the nearest place is 45 minutes. And of course, after a long night, that's not exactly what I wanted to hear, but I'm after a shower now, so I'm feeling a little bit better. And so I'm trucking off to get this trailer 45 minutes in a different direction. So I get there, and an abbreviated story of this gentleman rents U-Hauls, is a commercial farmer, installs cable, and I think he might have done real estate too. He had like 4 or 5 different things that he did, but very interesting. So anyway, he was a nice gentleman, so we exchanged pleasantries, got the U-Haul that I needed. At least it was there and it worked, and the tires were pumped and all was good. So I trucked back to toward the dealership, and now of course 30-45 minutes away we're dealing with, and my phone goes off, and it's one of those Amber Alert style things, and whoop, 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 whatever sound it makes. And I'm thinking, what the crap? I'm out here in Nowheresville, and I don't know what in the world I'm going to do, because I look at it and it says, basically, I'll summarize, jump in the nearest ditch because a tornado is about to hit you. And I don't know where I'm going, so all I could think of is just book it. Just get to that dealership, come hell or high water, and that's just what I did. So I stomped on it, got to the dealership just as the skies were blackening. Rain's starting to turn, so you go from going down to sideways, and the flagpoles are whipping, and it was just quite the scene. So I'm rushing in there, and I see my beautiful Springfield sitting there all detailed out on a carpet, ready to roll out the front door, and I'm running in, and everyone's running for the service department. It was impossible, and I don't think they took my joke very seriously, or well, maybe they did take it too seriously. I joked about the fact that hey, does anyone want to help me trailer this motorcycle? And I didn't have any takers. Oops. They didn't have a laugh for me either. I guess I don't blame them. But it was meant in good fun, but what else are you gonna do? So anyway, I guess since I'm talking to you, you know that the thing didn't actually strike at the dealership itself, but boy, was it a spooky moment when everyone was running back there looking to the skies, hail coming down. But the end of the story, I guess, is when I had to finally convince the gentleman that detailed my bike to help me trailer it. And it was still raining outside. It wasn't as hard now, so the safety factor was a little bit better. Nevertheless, he had a sullen look on his face and thought, oh, you know, and he actually asked the question. He says, well, couldn't you have gotten an enclosed trailer? And I thought, yeah, this guy actually loves his work. He really appreciates the fact that he put all this time and attention into making my bike as sweet looking as it was. And what do I do but show the disrespect of showing up with an open trailer? So I had to inform him that, hey, it's the only trailer I could find. So the young man helped me trailer it. He was great to do that, and everything was hunky-dory. They were all good people. We did all the paperwork super fast. Elena there was just trying to sell me on the warranties. Maybe I should have actually accepted it, but I'm like, no, I gotta go. Anyway, to finish my story, made a long trek home to avoid Chicago altogether, and I still didn't have any sleep or much sleep. And every single truck stop that I went to, everyone wanted to talk about my Indian Springfield that they saw in the back of the trailer. They thought, hey, that's a beautiful motorcycle. My dad has one. My granddad has one. Hey, you want to talk about that a little while? I'm talking even at midnight or whatever. I'm still driving. I'm exhausted, and everyone wants to talk about Indian motorcycle. And God bless them. Today, after some sleep, I'll talk all day, all night about Indian motorcycle. But in that moment, hey, lesson to you: if you're gonna trailer it with an open ride, showing, especially a beautiful one like this, you have to be well rested. How's that? And with that, I'm going to end my story and sign off. Anywhere Rider, signing off on 2022, the best story I had for the year, and on to a great year. Hey buddy.